Hello, thank you for joining us today. You're watching Bethlehem Live. My name is Angel Starr. I'm here at the church with Pastor Lisa Borland. We're at the Father's House International headquartered church here in Henderson, Kentucky. And our special guest for the program today is Kathy Fraher, a wonderful woman that I just met this weekend at our annual Women's Weapons of Warfare conference that is just wrapping up this evening. So Kathy, thank you so much for being on our program today.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you for being here this weekend.
Thank you.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, yes. It was just a blessing to be here.
Yeah.
Real blessing.
A lot of wonderful speakers from all over the world came.
I learned a lot.
Yeah, and I would like to know, I think that you and Lisa have a neat story of how you met. Will you share that with us?
Yes. I was really struggling. I was ready to just kind of walk away from the kingdom, walk away from the Lord. And I just challenged him. I said, well, if you don't do something, I'm going to leave the kingdom. I'm done with the program. Mm-hmm. So he challenged me to go to a conference in DeKalb, Illinois. I drove there by myself. It was about an hour drive, and I stayed in a little hotel by a train track and got very upset with the Lord for that. I said I could have had better accommodations, but I did go to the conference, and I sat through the conference and struggled and wrestled and struggled and asked him, why am I here? Why am I here? Listened to several people speak, and Lisa came, and she was the last speaker, and I just sat there and I said, okay, she's the last speaker. Nothing's happened. I'm still where I was when I got there, still angry, upset. And she opened her mouth, and I went, oh, she's real.
Wow.
She's a real person. And I could connect to her. I could connect to what she was saying, and I felt like she was telling me a story about herself. And I just was like, wow, a real person. You brought me a person that speaks truth, and she's real. She has bumps, and she doesn't do everything all perfect, but she was real, and that's what I recognized in the Spirit. And so she was praying by somebody, and the Lord directed me, because I still listen to the Lord deep down, and directed me to stand next to her. And I was very close to her, and I recognized the intercessors around her. Mm-hmm. When you're an intercessor, you recognize other intercessors. Mm-hmm. And I recognized that I was kind of stepping in a territory that was kind of like, you're awful close to her. But I stayed and remained, and Lisa was praying for a wonderful woman, and then she got in front of me, and she said my name.
Really?
And I had no name tag on. And I went, he gave her my name. And we just connected in the Spirit. It was like we were long-lost sisters that connected, and it changed my life. She gave the story of the 37 chairs, and the next thing I knew, I was one of those 37 chairs.
Wow. And
I cleaned houses for a living. And at that time I was praying over shoes, and God got me to Israel.
Wow. Awesome. And what happened in Israel?
I was on another prophetic journey, and God claimed me to be his bride. And one relationship got the ring that I was wearing was thrown into the Dead Sea, and it was ended.
Wow.
And Lisa gave me the ring that I wear now on my finger.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And from there we went just on a journey, and I felt like I was on my honeymoon, and had a wedding and went on honeymoon, and got to go to the refugee camp and be about my husband's business.
That's so awesome.
So it's a special
very cool
moment.
Wow, I've heard another testimony just yesterday from Audrey, and she had said some of the same things. It helps me to realize, because I wasn't there, how precious that time of the 37 chairs was, that trip specifically. I just went a couple weeks ago and had an amazing experience with the Lord there as well. So
it was an amazing time to watch how God could just bring total strangers together, and we worked and flowed as one. And it was just, when God does it, it works.
Yeah.
Then I had an opportunity to go another time with Lisa, and that was even more than I could imagine, because I got to work with the refugee camps. Never dreamt that I would be doing that I would be strong enough to do that. And when I stepped on the land the second time, I had no fear, and it was okay if I never got home again. It was all right. Big difference than the first time.
Yeah. And do you plan on going back to Israel?
I went a third time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I will go back as often as the Lord allows me to in the finances. And yes, I feel actually safer in Israel than I do the United States.
Wow.
So
that's amazing.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, Lord bless you and keep you, make his face to shine upon you and give you continual blessings, extravagant blessings, and strength for what you have that lies ahead, because you have a huge call on your life. So thank you very much, Kathy, for being with us today. I'm glad that you're at Women Weapons of Warfare alongside myself and our other sisters. And I look forward to you traveling and being a continuous part of what we're doing.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thank you for joining us for Bethlehem Live. Please tune in again. Bye-bye.